Namaste, Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. This is Dr. David Frawley, and I'm happy to discuss with you one of my more recent books, which is The Yoga of Consciousness, From Waking, Dream, and Deep Sleep to Self-Realization, one of my many publications through the publisher Lotus Press. What is yoga? Yoga has many practices. It has many different things to do, way of life, healing, spirituality. It's often identified with asana or physical postures, but yoga is essentially a science of consciousness. That's how it is traditionally defined. Yoga is mastery of the movements of the mind, calming the movements of the mind or chitta, to take us to the realization of our true nature, our self-nature, Atma or Purusha, which is the seer of all, which is beyond all time and space, beyond all name, form, and number. Our true self is the witness of the mind, transcends the mind. So the yoga of consciousness is the highest yoga. It is the jnana yoga, the yoga of knowledge. And its goal is this realization of the self, not the bodily self, the psychological self, or the social self, not the ego, but our universal and transcendent self, which is one with the supreme self of all, which is inherent in all existence and yet transcends everything as well, connected to Paramatma, to the supreme Brahman, to what could be called the absolute. In any case, it is the pure consciousness that underlies all things. So our book introduces this pure consciousness and how we can approach it. And every day we have is a movement in consciousness, or more even specifically, a movement in the mind, from waking to dream and deep sleep and back again, which are three distinct phases of the mind and our ordinary consciousness. But beyond these is what is called Turiya, or the fourth state, which is the pure consciousness beyond waking, dream, and deep sleep, which is present in waking, dream, and deep sleep, yet which transcends them, which is present in all of existence and all of living beings and every loka in the universe and all that exists, all that is manifest or unmanifest. That is your true self. So this book aims to help us realize that true self behind waking, dream, and deep sleep, so we can be waking to our cosmic reality all the time, and so we can have the rest, the peace, the bliss, the ananda of our deepest consciousness, of which even deep sleep is but a reflection. So it's very important to look at yoga in terms of consciousness. And consciousness is something which transcends the mind. It's not a conditioned karmic pattern. It's not thoughts, emotions, sensations. It is pure seeing, pure being, direct knowing, and unity consciousness. What we see, that is also what we are. This is the basis also of the great philosophy of non-duality, the Advaita Vedanta, and it is the great teachings of rishis like Ramana Maharshi, Adi Shankara, and the Upanishads. This teaching comes of the four states from the Mandukya Upanishad. So we are also sharing the Upanishadic vision. So make sure that your yoga practice is a journey into consciousness, a movement into transcendent awareness, a way of self-realization. This requires introspection, self-inquiry, mantra, meditation, and the deepest inner search for the core of our being, turning within merging into the spiritual heart, the hridaya, which is beyond ordinary body and mind, and even beyond the subtle body, transcends all karma. That is your spiritual home. That is the divine essence within you. So learn to practice and search the yoga of consciousness, the ultimate way of knowing. It's not scientific experimentation. It is the experimentation of your own meditation. It is watching your daily life movement in awareness from birth to death, from waking, dream, deep sleep to another day. Recognize that universal self as your true essence, and for that study this ultimate yoga, and this yoga that takes us back to our true nature, which is one with all nature, and which embraces Satchitananda, being, consciousness, bliss over all. So please examine our book, Yoga of Consciousness via Lotus Press, but also learn the yoga of consciousness as the true yoga and explore that yoga of consciousness in all that you do. Go back to the great sages and rishis and come into contact with your highest peace, bliss, nature, unity, samadhi. That is what we are here for. And we wish you all the best in reaching and experiencing your supreme self. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om Tat Sat.